All right, welcome back. So it is upon us. It is the week of the Knoxville Nationals, the biggest sprint car race in the entire world every single year. We've got 104 cars at the time that I am recording this video, and we are doing our race preview. We did this with the 360 Nationals as well, and in that video, I did mention there was a lot of parity in that race, right? I mean, there's been 9 or 10 different winners in a row. That is not the case with the Knoxville Nationals. You do not see as much parity in this race. Usually the best guys, the guy that wins and the guys that run top 3, top 5, they seem to do that for a couple years in a row until they kind of, take that step back. So let's look at who has been good, who's won prelim nights, who's been in the top 5, all that good stuff here in this race preview for the Knoxville Nationals. So this year, we'll mention this first. It is $195,000 to win this race in 2025. I believe it goes up $5,000 to win every single year. $20,000 to run 10th and $15,000 to start the A main. The Saturday purse alone is $876,625, and the entire week's purse, I believe, is $1.1 million. So every year it gets a little bit better and a little bit better. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it goes up $5,000 every single year to win the race. 104 entries. There will be 53 drivers going on Wednesday, and on Thursday there will be 51 drivers. And so that is the total entry count and how it's divided up. So the last 5 winners and the high point man after all the action has been done going into Saturday night. And why the high point man is important is that means he is on the pole of the feature event for Saturday. So in 2024, Kyle Larson was the winner of the race, and he was the high point man. He led every single lap, and that is the same thing that happened in 2023 as well. So Kyle Larson has been the high point man. He's won the race, and he's led every single lap the last 2 years. Not exactly very fun to watch as a fan, but you have to obviously admire the greatness and the ability to be able to do that 2 years in a row with how tough this format is. To put yourself in position to be on the pole 2 years in a row is definitely very tough. 2022, the winner was Donnie Schatz. That was his 11th career Knoxville Nationals main event win. The pole sitter and high point man that year was Austin McCarl. He would go on to finish 16th in the A main that year. 2021, Kyle Larson won his first of 3 Knoxville Nationals. The high point man and the pole sitter in that one was Giovanni Scelzi. He would go on to run 4th in the feature event. 2019, because there was no Knoxville Nationals in 2020, 2019, David Gravel got his one and only career Knoxville Nationals win in the JJR 41. The pole sitter and high point man in that one was Aaron Reitzel. He would run 5th in the feature event when it was all said and done in 2019. Now, for the last 5 years of prelim night winners, obviously, this is a little bit different than the 360 Nationals due to there being an extra night, the Hard Knox night. Technically, Hard Knox night is, I wouldn't say it's exactly a prelim because the prelim nights are the whole field split in 2. Hard Knox night is the entire field put together with the exception of the lock-in cars. So it's a little bit different, but I still wanted to put it on the board here. 2024, the Wednesday night prelim night winner was Giovanni Scelzi. Thursday night, it was Kyle Larson. And then on Friday, it was Donnie Schatz who was able to get the prelim or make that the Hard Knox night win on Friday night. 2023, Schatz won the Wednesday night portion. Thursday went to Carson Macedo, and Friday, Hard Knox night went to Aaron Reitzel. And then in 2022, on Wednesday night, it was Logan Schuchart. Thursday was Jacob Allen. It was an incredible year for Shark Racing. I remember being the guy interviewing the winners that year on the prelim nights. It was so cool to see Shark Racing that good. And on Friday, it was Rico Abreu. It was actually his second Friday night Hard Knox night win in a row. 2021, Wednesday night went to David Gravel. Thursday night went to Brian Brown. And then Friday, as I mentioned there, Rico Abreu. 2019, Trey Starks was the winner on Wednesday night. Thursday was David Gravel, and Friday was Kerry Madsen. So those are the prelim night winners for the last 5 runnings of this race. And then when it comes to the top 5 finishers since 2019, here's what it looks like. 2024, we know that Kyle Larson won. Giovanni Scelzi ran 2nd in the KCP 18. We know he's in a different car this year, but he pops up a lot in this top 5 rundown for the last couple of years. Corey Day was 3rd, who I think is the dark horse to win this race in 2025. Carson Macedo 4th, and Anthony Macri ran in 5th. 2023, Larson won it. David Gravel 2nd. Donnie Schatz was 3rd. Giovanni Scelzi pops up again. He was 4th. And Carson Macedo was 5th. So Larson Macedo and Selzy have been in the top 5 for the last 2 years in a row. 2022, it was Donnie Schatz with the win. David Gravel was second. Logan Schuchart third. Tyler Courtney fourth. And Jacob Allen was inside the top 5. That was that same year where Allen and Schuchart won the prelim nights. An incredible week for Shark Racing in 2022. 2021, Kyle Larson won. Donnie Schatz second. Brad Sweet was third. Giovanni Selzy, there he is again, ended up fourth. And Logan Schuchart ended up in the top 5. And in 2019, it was David Gravel with the win. Logan Schuchart second. I want to say he came from really deep in the field that year to run second. Darren Pittman was third. Fourth was Tim Kading. And fifth was Aaron Reitzel. So some different names popping up in 2019. Pittman was driving the Roth Enterprises 83, I believe. Tim Kading was in the Sides Motorsports 7S. And Reitzel, obviously, he was in his own 87. That was the year they started on the pole of the Nationals, led a bunch of laps, ended up top 5. Now, over here, I did want to talk about the guys who have won races at Knoxville Raceway this year. A lot of the names on this board are guys that run there on a weekly basis. And so for maybe those of you watching out there are hoping to see a local driver that runs there on a weekly basis win this race, the next 2 sections are going to be guys that you want to watch for here. Ryan Timms has been the guy when it comes to the win column this year at Knoxville Raceway, driving the Shane Liebig number 10. He won on May 3rd, May 24th, and May 31st, and his most recent win was on June 28th. Brian Brown with 3 wins on the year, May 10th, 17th, and July 12th. Rico Aber on a part-time basis, obviously, at Knoxville Raceway, with 3 wins on the year, April 19th, April 26th, and July 26th. And of course, he got a prelim night win at the Knoxville 360 Nationals as well, but this is just for the 410 stuff here. Ayrton Jennington got back to Knoxville Raceway Victory Lane for the first time in many years. That was on July 19th. David Gravel won with the Outlaws on June 13th. Corey Day won with the Outlaws on June 14th, and Tyler Courtney got a local show win on June 7th. I failed to mention that the win on April 19th was the another outlaw show for Rico Abreu. So Abreu, Gravel, and Day were the winners of the 3 World of Outlaws races this year at the Knoxville Raceway. And then we get a little bit deeper into the local drivers as well. The points after 14 races of action, Austin McCarl is the points leader over there at Knoxville Raceway this year. We talked about him earlier as the pole sitter of this race back in 2022. In 14 races this year, he does have 9 top 5 finishes. Brian Brown, second in points. He has 8 top 5 runs. Kerry Madsen, third in points with 7 top 5s. Carson McCarl is fourth in points. He doesn't have many top 5s, but he does have 10 top 10s on the year. Ryan Timms with 8 top 5s. He's fifth in points. And J.J. Hickel, sixth in points with 4 top 10 runs. So a couple of those guys, I want to say McCarl is the only one that has made all 14 races. The rest of them ran 13, 12, 11. McCarl is way out ahead in the point standings over at Knoxville with a couple races to go. But those are some of the leading drivers that run there on a weekly basis that maybe you could point at and say, okay, I think that guy could maybe take down the Outlaws or Kyle Larson or the High Limit guys or whatever, right? Because when you look at the most recent winners, it's all Outlaws and it's all Kyle Larson, right? Larson, Schatz, Larson, and Gravel. Those have been the guys the last 5 years. But like I said, Giovanni Selzy has been in the top 5 a lot here recently in 2024, in 2023, and in 2021. He's been in the top 5. So maybe Selzy with the Clausen Marshall team can get going and put on another good run. We will have to wait and see, but I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Who are you looking at this week as maybe an underdog driver to win the race? Who's maybe somebody that is nobody else is talking about? Because all everybody's talking about, I feel like, is Larson, Gravel, and Rico as the top 3. In my opinion, I'm going to go with Corey Day. Corey Day is my guy I think that could win this year. He was third last year. He's got to win 2 years in a row with the Outlaws at Knoxville. So he is my kind of, I guess, dark horse or underdog pick, I guess you could say, to win this race. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. I will be at Knoxville all week long, giving updates here on the YouTube channel as well. So make sure to hit subscribe, hit like, and comment down below. We'll talk to you guys again here very soon on the Rodman Rundown.